In the early 1960s, the North American motor industry was starting to get plagued by small imports from Japan and West Germany as well. The VW Beetle had really taken off and Detroit had to respond. General Motors decided to respond with this. This was the X platform, and the X platform ran for several decades. It began with this first generation Chevy Nova, actually called the Chevy II or first generation Nova, in 1962. And this first generation model used a 6-cylinder and a small V8, and it came with the Power Glide transmission. It also came with a manual, a 3 and 4 speed manual, a 3 on the tree no less, in the 6-cylinder models. And that's what this is. This is an extremely rare station wagon, and believe it or not, I'm here at Stadium GM in Salem, Ohio. This very car, okay, it's not completely original, but it's in beautiful shape, was actually traded in against a new GMC Acadia, believe it or not. But this is a base model, and 1964, say, it's got 29,000 original miles on it, and it has the 3 on the tree transmission, and it's got the bench seat up front. So this is just going to be a quick video. I'm not going to take this car out. It's a carbureted car. 3 on the tree is not something I'm used to driving much, if you've seen my Ford F1 video, but I did want to just do a walk around of this car and just feature it on the channel, because it really is delightful. So let's take a look around it. So like I say, I'm not going to take this car out because it's rare, it's valuable, and I just don't want to break it. So we're just going to do a walk around in this car. But as you can see, the chrome's all really very nice. The wheels are obviously aftermarket. The tint on the windows is obviously aftermarket as well. But this is a really good, what you might call a usable classic. You know, you could daily this thing over the summer, and you know, it would hold up quite nicely. It's just a beautiful example. You know, you've got, I'm assuming that this is a old style split station wagon, so this bottom part would likely come down. So I don't quite know how that works actually, but I'm not going to risk breaking it. Like I say, this is way too old and it's not my car. But yeah, the bottom of the tailgate lift down and the top would lift up. That rear window may well slide down as well. But lovely car. They built these for about 7 years before the second generation one was introduced, and then in the late 80s they built one at the NUMMI plant, which was based on a Toyota Corolla. But again, those are kind of derided a bit like my Pontiac Le Mans was. So you got this glorious bench seat up front. Let's take a look inside. Oh, fantastic sort of huge steering wheel. That is slightly Bakelite steering wheel from that era, with your basic instrumentation, basic gauges on there. 24,661 original miles on this thing. Obviously it's been modified somewhat to bring it up to date. You've got modern stereo in this thing as well, but I would imagine that this is the choke. This no, that's actually, these are, so right here you've got your ventilation controls, so for the air and the temperature, and that switches everything off. I would imagine that on that side you've got the lights. Yeah, you've got the lights and the wiper. I was just looking for the choke. I would imagine this would be a manual choke on this thing. You've got your parking brake there, and there's some pretty bad overspray on that actually from where they've refinished this dashboard, but which isn't good. You know, you find that unfortunately with some of these restorations. But you know, this is a good usable classic after all. Something you can take the kids out in, or the dogs or whatever, and you can take it shopping too. Look at that space in the back. It's clean as a whistle. Really nice carpeting. I can't imagine this carpet being original, but yeah, it's just a nice recreation. The wheels really set it off. Looks absolutely tremendous, and I think they've got this on sale for about 27,000, something like that. It's a nice usable classic. I would imagine that this chrome work is original. Lovely grille. They dropped the Chevy II nameplate after the first generation and just called them Novas. This door lock is stuck locked for some reason. I don't know why. Tail lights look absolutely tremendous. So I hope you've enjoyed this little wander around this absolutely fantastic and very rare 1964 Chevrolet Chevy II station wagon. I'd absolutely love this thing, but I've just got nowhere to put it. But this would certainly get some looks at the Super Cruise without a doubt. Yeah, fantastic. I love station wagons in general, and you know, most of the station wagons that you see are not this size. This kind of size station wagon, like with the Pinto as well and the AMC Pacer, they've just all disappeared. So to see one that isn't a full-size wagon is very gratifying indeed. And you tell me where there's another 3 on the tree manual station wagon in this country. Not many left. Anyway, that's it from me. I hope you've enjoyed this little wander around. I'm Darren, and this is Auto Atlantica.